Okay. Okay, great.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Salina Police Force Department Honor Guard. Please stand at attention. Pastor John will lead us in prayer.
We thank you tonight, together on this Saturday evening for another night of Liberty football. Father, we thank you tonight especially for our first responders in our community, for our law enforcement officers, and for all our fire protection officers. Father, we thank you for what they provide for us in terms of safety and care in our community, and we ask for blessings and protection over each and every one of them. Father, we thank you tonight for our players, and we ask, Lord, that you would bless them tonight with a great game. Keep them safe and free from injury. Watch over them, Lord, and help us to have a great game. Bless our coaches as they lead and guide our teams, and be with our officials tonight and help them as they lead us on the field. Keep them free from injury as well, we pray. And Lord, we're going to give you praise for another great evening of football. In Jesus' name, amen.
Please remove your hats. Put your hand over your heart as the national anthem is sung tonight by Lily.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
Pizza Event Center. It's time for Arena League football here as the Salina Liberty are getting ready to take on their friends from the West Coast, the Washington Wolfpack. I want to welcome you into Tony's Pizza Event Center. My name is Devin Haney along with Brian Berner, and a cast of just seems like hundreds on video, Brian, that do such a great job here getting us going as you are watching on YouTube, on the AFL's YouTube page or on the Salina Post YouTube page. I want to welcome you in what should be a really good game here. We got two teams that are kind of on opposite paths according to their last game. Salina goes into Dodge City last week against the Southwest Kansas Storm. Let's take a break here for coin toss. Let's go down on the field.
Salina has won the toss and deferred to the second half. Washington will receive.
So Liberty has deferred. They will take the ball in the second half, or at least defer to the second half officially, and the Wolfpack will start out receiving the kick here from the Liberty. As I was saying, though, these two teams kind of headed in opposite directions, Brian, according to their last game. Salina took the road trip out to Dodge City to play the Southwest Kansas Storm last Sunday, lost that game by 3 points. And then the Wolfpack got their first victory of the season. That game, though, was 2 weeks ago for this Washington team. 76-20 over kind of a hodgepodge crew from Rapid City before the Marshals finally folded up camp. So these two teams coming in, Liberty off of a loss, Wolfpack off their first win. What do you expect here tonight when these two teams tangle?
I think both teams are excited for tonight's contest. I know the one thing about Washington, they had a tough time. The majority of the team did fly in straight into Salina, so that was a little bit of a benefit that they will have, although they didn't get it to the hotel till around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I think the exciting thing is, though, for Salina and also for Washington, it's against a new team. We're getting to see an opponent that we've never seen before, other than what little bit of tape we have on each team from some previous games, and that alone has been exciting. The majority of the staff and players that we had a chance to talk to from Washington are excited to be here. I think both teams are ready to go, and it should be a fun AFL contest.
If you've kind of lost track of your team and where the schedules are going to fall in, I get it. It's been a little bit confusing, but from what we understand, the schedules for the final few weeks of the season are set. So you can go to theafl.com, get a tab there on your schedule, the teams that you like to follow, and be ready for the last few weeks of the season. Should be a really good final few weeks. Of course, Albany still setting the pace. They're at the top right now. They are still undefeated. They have a half a game lead. They have won one more game than what the Billings Outlaws have won. Albany comes in to this weekend. They are 6-0. Billings comes in at 5-0. You look at the Salina Liberty, they're kind of right there in the mix at 3-2, even though they took that loss on the road last week. And then, of course, Washington trying to get in the mix as well. The two other games that we have on tap for Reno Football League tonight is Albany is at West Texas. That should be a good one. That's two of the two teams that we think are upper echelon teams. And then Nashville is at Billings. And that should be a good one as well. I think the Cats are still kind of trying to find their way. Of course, we know what the Outlaws from Billings are. They're a very good football team, so they'll get to host the Nashville Cats as the Cats go from east to west here tonight for action in the AFL. Ready to kick it away, Cody Mandel, the new kicker. Second game for the Liberty as he tees things up, and even though we are inside, the football falls off the tee. So he'll have to re-tee it up.
Slight breeze going from right to left.
That's right. Mandel, a national champion with the University of Alabama. He played for the Crimson Tide as a punter as the football falls off the tee again. As he won a national title with Alabama 2012, 2013. Spent some time in the Packers and Cowboys camps in the NFL. Played some Canadian Football League and then also played a couple of different teams in the IFL. So he's found his way to Salina, and this is his first game here inside Tony's Pizza Event Center. Mandel with his hand in the air. He's ready to get this one started as he kicks it away from his own goal line. It's going to take a bounce at the 10-yard line and be returned there by Washington. Here come the Wolfpack back across the 10-yard line, get to about the 13, and then buried there on the return. That time was Xavier Crawford, the defensive back for Washington, and taking him down for the Liberty was Ja'Cory Sullivan. Ja'Cory Sullivan, this is his first game with the Liberty as he steps in, already making an appearance there. 6'2", 215 from Michigan, where he hails from, and that'll mean Travis Taylor will bring his defense out. It'll be Taylor up front on the defensive line for the Liberty. Also on the nose tackle spot will be Justin Foster. Henry Kellogg had a birthday this week on Tuesday. He's on the right end. Meta Fa'aliu will be in the middle linebacker spot. Then Dontre Matthews, Freddie McGee, also Roderick Jarrett, and Eric McIntosh anchoring that Liberty defense to start out. Washington surges ahead, straight up the gut. Baxter Patrick, the fullback, gets the carry as he is ahead about 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 7.
Quarterback Jacob Tawasi. I had to try to get that in there. I know I'm not doing it justice, but he's a quarterback for the Wolfpack from Central Washington University.
2nd down and 7 coming up here for the Wolfpack. They start out here with the football in Salina. Glad you could join us. In motion, Deshaun Williams. Back to pass, and it's going to be a sack, and there's Henry Kellogg. The sack will put Washington back on a 3-yard loss, back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10, and not much time there for Rossi to throw.
I know that's what they talked about. Really excited to see.
Here for Tallahassee in this Washington offense. He has 2 wide receivers stacked on the right-hand side. This crowd here at Tony's Pizza Event Center still filing in, getting loud. There's a flag on the play. Tallahassee throws it down the left-hand sideline, and near the wall there, an incomplete pass that was thrown over to Deshaun Williams. Williams could not come up with it, but there's a flag in the backfield here from one of the officials in the offensive backfield. They'll check that out and see what is going on there with that early flag. It came before the pass was thrown. They're going to say illegal defense against the Liberty. So that will give Washington a free 5 yards. Not an automatic first down, though, Brian, as has been in the past in some of the leagues, especially CIF, that Salina has played with. And I like this rule better. It doesn't cripple you as a defense if you make that mistake. 5 yards here for Washington brings up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah. Washington will come to the line of scrimmage, but they didn't have the football out there. That time it was a situation where the alignment of that MAC linebacker is what caused that penalty against Salina.
Teossi under center again. He'll put 3 wide receivers now on the right-hand side as Deshaun Williams goes in motion. Teossi looking over the middle at Williams the whole time, throws it high and hard over to the left. It goes over the wall. It's uncatchable, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 4 for the Wolfpack here on the opening drive.
Yeah, Teossi will just stay out under center as he talks things over with head coach J.R. Wells. Situation, it looked like potentially there could have been a little bit of a lane open up for Teossi to try to run that ball. It would have been close. Pass first, it appears.
Coach Ron O'Neill on the field. He's trying to get the crowd into it here that's still settling in with their beverages, with their snacks, trying to get them up out of their seats for this 4th down and 4. Teossi will duck under center once again. 2 wide receivers to the right. Looking that way, he fires, completes it at the 19-yard line. Right on time to Xavier Crawford as Crawford set down right in front of the Liberty defensive back at the 19-yard line. That'll push the ball across midfield for the Wolfpack and bring up a 1st down for the Wolfpack here as they now push it into Salina territory.
Good route execution. We saw a lot of that last week from the Southwest Kansas Storm. Get right where you need to be, turn, gain that position over that defensive player, and the quarterback put the ball right on the money that time.
So a new
the hands of Crawford.
Yes, sir. Now a new sense of life here for the Wolfpack. They go 2 wide receivers to the left. Teossi hands it off, fullback, a dive to the right-hand side. This will be Baxter Patrick once again, his 2nd carry of the night. Got 3 yards on his 1st carry, gets about the same here, about 2.5, and that will bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Wolfpack as they are now sitting at the Salina Liberty 17-yard line.
Looked like Meta was one of the players in there that grabbed Jersey to try to do what he could to get Patrick brought to the ground.
Number 44, you see him in the middle there, Meta Falaliu. He will get a lot more playing time than what he is accustomed to because of the absence of Kerry Starks. Starks injured. He actually had surgery this past week, and he is not active here tonight, and it looks like he'll be out for some time for the Liberty. Here's a pass over the middle, incomplete, went over a receiver's head again. Pressure by Henry Kellogg. Kellogg had a great meeting with him at the coaches show on Tuesday, and we had a player profile with him that brought to you by Precision Electric. We will revisit that interview that we had with Henry Kellogg coming up at halftime here. We'll replay it for you that you can watch during halftime. But Kellogg just, man, he just seems like he lives in the backfield sometimes. He and Taylor coming off the edges, Brian, just really add that quickness element for the Liberty defense.
Yeah, they do. I'm going to stop you right there. It looks like we've got an injury. Jacob Teossi, the quarterback, went down against that wall. Now he's coming up. He will have to go out at least for one play. And it appears that backup quarterback Rodney Raines is now getting instructions from head coach J.R. Wells. So we'll try to keep an eye on Teossi.
Raines has starting experience for the Wolfpack this season. He has some playing time. It's not like they're bringing in somebody that is not accustomed to taking snaps. So Rodney will take over the reins of this Wolfpack offense, who right now in decent shape field-wise. They are facing a 3rd down and 8. 10 minutes left to go here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. This is the opening drive of the contest. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Make it 3 now as they'll have one in motion. Motion man will be Deshaun Williams. 3rd down and 8. Raines backpedals. Wants to scramble. There's a flag down. Raines is going to be knocked around like a pinball, so he gets inside the 15-yard line. Meta was the first guy there to take him down. He had friends converge, but again, we have a flag back down about the 21-yard line where Coach Ron O'Neill's Sweet Air Jordans reside.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go against Washington. Now the question is, does Salina accept the penalty or decline and move to 4th down?
So there you go. Salina will decline the penalty, and they will keep it at 4th down. And also the yardage, which will put the Wolfpack in decent spot here, 4th and 4. Football sitting at the 13-yard line.
And really, there was no hesitation by Raines to tuck that ball and run.
He will again spot 3 receivers to the left. And once again, Deshaun Williams will be in motion. Has a fullback to his left hip. Raines ducks under center, low crouch. Back to throw, here comes Kellogg. He's gonna converge, he and Taylor meet at the quarterback. Metafalaliu also in there for the Liberty, and it's a 3-man sack. Divide that sucker up into thirds and give each of them their due as a turnover on downs for the Salina Liberty and a sack on 4th down and 4. And that will bring us to our first media timeout. 9:11 left to go here in the first quarter. Salina will have their chance at the offensive end. When we come back, we are still scoreless with Liberty football. It's brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
Kansas Wesleyan is an exciting university and a vibrant community.
It offers unique, nationally ranked academic programs, engaging activities, and successful athletic teams.
KWU combines all of these strengths to open doors for your future.
Learn more today at kwu.edu.
.9:11 left to go. Salina will take over here on offense. They will come out with quarterback Jamario Benson. Benson came in, played the second half against Dodge City on Sunday as he came in to try to battle the storm. Eventually took that loss by 3 points. He will have Otis Odom in motion. They'll pitch out to Tracy Brooks. Brooks looking for a block. Demarius Washington comes back and gets one for him, and it's going to be a gain of 4 yards. And Brian, we heard rumblings of a little bit of different offensive look tonight for the Liberty. More Tracy Brooks coming out of the backfield, which he has not done this year at all.
Yeah, that's going to be something that if Washington, any pre-work, any scouting that they would have done against this formation is going to have to go back to last season for Salina. First time that you've really had Tracy Brooks in the backfield, and it's something that we've wanted to see all season long.
Brooks, the leading receiver as far as number of receptions on this Liberty team. Demarius Washington leads in yards. Here's Brooks again in the backfield. He'll pick up a block. Throw by Benson out to the 21-yard line. Washington saying no. The official saying yes as down Ed Smith Jr. goes to get that ball. Ed Smith not active against the Southwest Kansas Storm. Fast Ed back in the lineup with a big snag early on.
Yeah, healthy scratch last week. I think it's going to be one of those things. We know Ed well enough. That's the incentive he needs. I could see him having a big game tonight.
Fast Ed will go out. He is wearing number 3. He'll go split wide right for the Liberty. Demarius Washington, the big body you see wearing number 1 in the slot. Otis Odom will fill the gap as he goes in motion in between. Here's Brooks. Little stutter step, gets spun around, and he will go to the 18-yard line. A gain of 3 for Tracy Brooks. This is the type of Liberty football we are accustomed to seeing, and that is a lot of Tracy Brooks. Almost 25% of the offensive plays usually go through Tracy Brooks in the backfield. We haven't seen that at all this year. He has only had one traditional handoff out of the backfield, and that was botched from the beginning because it came off of a bad snap in game number 1.
When you also have that threat with Jamario Benson to also tuck it himself, he's not afraid to mix things up.
Little read option maybe. Here's D-Wash in motion. Benson, play action. Now he's in trouble. He skirts away. Now he's going to throw a jump pass up off the net. It's going to be intercepted off the rebound nets. Here comes Washington back the other way as Micaiah Lee got that football off the nets. And again, in the AFL, that is a live football. We saw one last week in Dodge City go bouncing off the wall a couple of times and stay live. This one off the rebound nets that Demarius Washington unable to get to, and it's played perfectly by Micaiah Lee, and he takes one away for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I would have thought odds might have been in Salina's favor. Actually, when that ball kind of came off the net, you had Demarius Washington, who's the tallest player on our roster, as he checks in at 6'5", was in actually pretty good position to come up with that, but credit to Micaiah Lee, able to grab the ball. 1st and 10 now on the turnover for the Wolfpack.
Your quarterback Teasi is back in there. So Jacob shook off whatever was ailing him on that last drive. Good to see that and him back out there. Teasi will take the snap. Drops back into the end zone. Lets one rip over the middle. It's going to be caught just short of the midfield stride, but it's going to be McGee coming up with it. Who has this football? The officials are going to say Salina has the football, as it's going to be taken away by Freddie McGee as he gets it right back for the Liberty and almost gives them the football, Brian, back where they were.
Yeah, the interception down by contact is the ruling on the field. So we'll see if there's any hesitation by Washington to want to maybe challenge this call. Doesn't appear that to be the case. So Salina will now take over their second possession of this first quarter, as we're at 6:25 left to go, quarter number 1. Ball spotted at the Salina 24-yard line.
Be at the Washington 24-yard line.
Washington 24, excuse me.
Just flip your midfield stripe there. You're good.
About that. That was close. I was within 2 yards.
First down here for the Liberty. Jamario Benson this time has Tracy Brooks and Otis Odom in the backfield. Of course, Odom will leave. He'll come out to the left-hand side with Fast Ed. Here's the handoff. Brooks takes it off the right end, and just a shoestring tackle that time. J.R. Nelson, he might have prevented a huge play, maybe even a touchdown there. Tracy Brooks, though, on the play, still gets 5 or 6 yards, and that'll be a big chunk for Tracy Brooks on the rushing play for the Liberty. Tracy won an MVP mainly because of his work on stuff exactly like that.
Exactly right. And you said shoestring tackle, and his shoe was left. J.R. Nelson, University of Montana, but also a little bit of time at the Kansas City Chiefs during some training camp activity.
Second down and 5, we'll call it. It's a short 5 for the Liberty. Football at the Wolfpack 19-yard line. 3 wide receivers, left-hand side. Benson unloads it to Demarius Washington. He catches at the 16, leans across the defender, now gets away from another one, and he is slung down just inside of the 10-yard line. That'll make a first down for the Liberty. They'll go now first down and goal at the Washington 9-yard line.
Brandon Wellington, the linebacker, in on that stop for the Wolfpack. Having Tracy in the backfield, it just, to me, it adds more dimension. You have that threat coming out of that backfield. It's going to open things up for some of these receivers out in the flanks.
Well, and it's an extra skill guy, right? I mean, you have another guy on the field that can be a threat to get the football and score. Here's Benson. He drops the snap on this play, but he's able to get it back and scramble. And I say that with all due respect because the Salina Liberty has been putting a big body, like an extra offensive lineman, right behind the offensive line to help block. They have done away with that extra lineman, quote, fullback here this game, and they put another skill player on the field.
Well, Tracy runs right through people. We've always mentioned, for those that have listened to us year over year, his work ethic, second to none by any player, let alone someone that checks in at his stature of 5'8", 200 pounds.
Second and goal from the 7. Odom in motion, Benson to throw. Has it cocked about his right shoulder. Now he's going to take off and run. Benson trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he will not. He will be just shy of the line of scrimmage on a loss there. Super pursuit that time by the Wolfpack's Brian Cernowski, as Cernowski just came after Jamario Benson on that play and was able to catch him from behind.
I'm impressed so far with this Washington team. They're coming out and their pursuit has been good. You look at what you said, like with Cernowski, able to go from side to side over and be able to come in with that stop. We're third and goal for the Liberty.
Third and goal at the 7. Odom in motion, 3 receivers to the left. Benson takes the snap. Little play action fake there to Brooks. Benson in trouble. He's got people coming around him, and once again, there's that guy, Cernowski, for the Wolfpack, as Brian Cernowski came screaming around the left-hand edge that time and was able to take Jamario Benson down for a loss of 8. They're going to say fourth down and goal now from just inside of the 15-yard line.
And no hesitation either for Salina. Coach O gets the plays into Jamario Benson. Bend don't break. This is what it's going to look like now for the Wolfpack.
Still scoreless. 2:30 left to go. First quarter. Wolfpack had their shot at it, then the Liberty turned it over. Wolfpack turned it over right back, and that's where we're at right now. 4th down and goal from the 14. Odom in motion. Benson wants the pass. Fakes. Now he pulls it back. Goes over the middle. Has Demarius Washington, but D-Watch can't come up with it at the goal line. May have been about a yard short anyway, and a turnover on downs here for the Liberty with 2:12 remaining in the first period. That'll bring us to our second media timeout of the first quarter. We are still scoreless as you watch Liberty football.
It takes hard work, passion. It takes retraining your mind and your body. But once you do, you can't be stopped. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, here to get you back in the game.
Welcome back into the Salina Pain Clinic broadcast booth at Salina Liberty Football, brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics. 0-0. Still looking for our first score in this game. 2:12 left to go. And of course, this isn't reality for indoor football, Brian. It is traditionally a high-scoring game with lots of points being put up, but we've almost come accustomed to this under the reign of Coach Haran O'Neal because his defenses are so good. We're kind of accustomed to the low-scoring games, but just coincidentally right now we have a scoreless game with 2 minutes left to go in the first period.
Yeah, it's definitely different to not see a score. We're used to the Salina defense, but I'm shocked that Salina hasn't been able to put the ball into the end zone yet. But credit to Washington. They have come out and they're just going blow for blow with the Salina Liberty right now. Third possession now for the Wolfpack.
Jacob Teossi back in there taking snaps under center. Has everything loaded up on the right-hand side. He's taking a deep drop. Tries to get away from Travis Taylor, and he cannot. Trap comes in and gets a sack back at the 4-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 10 on a big sack by Travis Taylor, who was sensational last week in Dodge City against the Storm.
The offensive line coach for Washington has to probably look at some adjustments because they're giving just a little bit of space for Taylor to be able to get through. Taylor's now at that linebacker position.
Taylor is at a linebacker spot now. Good eye there as you see him wearing number 8 right at the middle with the bright green shoes. Here comes Taylor again. He's going to hit the quarterback in the end zone. The pass, though, is going to be completed, and now they get away. Freddie McGee is going to chase the receiver for the Wolfpack, Vincent Wilkerson, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. How he did not go down back at the 15, I'll have no idea. As he was up against the near side wall, spun out of a couple of different Salina Liberty grasp, and then got free and returned it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get a replay of that because it was up against the board to where we kind of lost our angle. But there was definitely, it looked like D-Trey Matthews had the player in his grasp, but they were able to just break free, and that's what makes this game so much fun. You never know what's going to happen.
Again, loading up on the right. They have an isolation play over here on the left. They're going to fake it to the fullback again, and Teossi is going to be caught from behind as he ran into a crowd of people, and then bringing him down from the backside was Justin Foster for the Salina Liberty. That'll may be our last play of the first quarter here as the clock continues to wind down. 14 seconds left to play. And it will be J.R. Wells, the head coach, on the field right now with the Wolfpack offense saying, let's go ahead and save this one and switch ends of the field as we go to the second quarter. At the end of one, nobody has gotten on the board as of yet. See if we can change that in the second quarter. It's coming up next. Salina Liberty Football is brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electric in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Precision Electrical Contractors is looking for licensed journeyman electricians as well as apprentice electricians. Apply online at pecsalina.com.
Kansas Wesleyan University's nursing program enables passionate students to become in-demand healthcare professionals. Our $5 million nursing education center features simulation rooms and state-of-the-art equipment that our faculty use to develop students' skills. With several clinical opportunities in our community, Kansas Wesleyan University is the clear choice to start your nursing career. Learn more today at kwu.edu.
Welcome back, Tony's Pizza Event Center, as we are ready to start second quarter action. Devin Haney along with Brian Berner. So far, a pretty clean game. Not a lot of penalties. Couple of turnovers. We've seen just about everything in this game except points. And the Washington Wolfpack trying to change that here as they have a second down and goal with the football sitting at the 10-yard line. Teasi has been under center this entire time. And now there's going to be quick movement up front as the Salina Liberty came across. Of course, now we begin the game of everybody pointing in each other's direction. And I believe this might be the Henry Kellogg will draw that flag there as he got a quick jump on the right end.
That was a good quick reaction by Jake Oliphant to be able to kind of move up when Kellogg came over to help draw that penalty.
5 yards there for the Wolfpack off the penalty. Now make it a second down and goal from the 5. One back in the backfield. Baxter Patrick has a couple of carries in this game. They're going to fake it to him. Teasi back. He has to spin out of trouble. Kellogg chasing, takes a dive, can't get there. And then a Superman twisting effort to the end zone is Jacob Teasi. The first points of the game come with 14:48 left to go before halftime, and it's a Teasi touchdown in the near corner.
Yeah, just when you think you have Teasi in his grasp, he was able to spin and get free down that left sideline. Had a little bit of contact, but got in. And that will now bring out a familiar face to some Liberty fans, if they remember when Rapid City was here last time. Melissa Struther in to kick. The point after, it looks like Teasi will hold, kicks up, and it's good.
So points put up there by Melissa Strother. As you said, we saw her last year. She had some time with the Rapid City Marshals when the Marshals came in back in the old CIF. And everybody talks about, oh, it's impressive she's playing in a men's league as a female. That's, to me and you, that's not impressive because as a couple of old guys, she's 41 years old and she's out there competing.
That was the conversation when I went up and kind of caught back up with her. I go, you know, let's put all this stuff aside. You're 41 years old. This is Tom Brady type stuff. And she just laughed, and you know, she just continues to want to be a part of football. When she's not kicking, she works and helps coach, does some analytics. She also helps work in the community department for the Los Angeles Rams and helps put on performance camps and things of that nature. So football is definitely her life. She does a tremendous job, and it's nice to see her back in Salina.
So Wolfpack with the first points here in this game. They lead 7-0. We are still in the first minute of the second quarter here at Tony's Pizza Event Center in Salina. Glad you could join us for AFL football. Strother now ready to kick it away. She has Otis Odom back along with Tracy Brooks. Brooks will take it at the 12. He was angling to the right. He's already at the 15, 20, 25, and then gets flung across midfield to about the 21-yard line. Good return there by Tracy Brooks, and that will give Coach Ron O'Neill's offense some space here to work and good field position as they start out at the Washington 22.
But I think that's one of the things special team wise that Washington had a little bit of concern about is when you look at the return options. You've got Tracy Brooks if you go short. If you go long, you've got Otis Odom, two guys that are just speedsters out there. And they don't look to run around you. They can, but they are not afraid to run right through you either.
First down and 10 for the Liberty. Be their third possession of the night. So far, an interception in the end zone and then a turnover on downs from about the 15-yard line. Odom in motion. Fake to Tracy Brooks. Here's that read option. Jamario Benson has 10 yards. Runs into his own guy. Still on his feet inside the 10 and down to the 5. Jamario Benson breaks off a big play there as he's able to get 17 yards on first down.
That's the Jamario Benson that we remember from the Billings Outlaws.
Yeah, he came in here first round of the playoffs last year in CIF and dang near beat the Liberty by himself on plays like that. Such a gritty runner. This time Odom and Brooks will start out in the backfield. Brooks to the right, Odom will leave now as he was directly behind. Here's the give to Brooks. Brooks has room. Brooks has a touchdown. Tracy Brooks gets another touchdown for the Liberty. It's his third rushing touchdown of the season. And the Liberty on the board after a 2-play drive.
Great job by Tracy. That time went to the left. It just kind of opened up for him, and it just was a sprint through the corner of that end zone.
Yeah, what a great job. You could see it there on the replay with Kelvin McCoy and also Bruce Trigg just opening up. Tracy didn't have to do much other than just run fast as he got into the end zone behind those two guys. Now the extra point, Cody Mandel coming on. Out of the hold of Jamario Benson. Kelvin McCoy with a good snap. Back to Benson. Mandel's kick is up and he punches it through. 12-15 left to go. As now, all of a sudden, we are tied and 2 touchdowns back to back. Liberty on a 2-play drive.
Yeah, the 2 plays went quick. Able to get in there in a good point after attempt. So as you said, tied it back up 7-7. As this is, as was mentioned earlier, the first of 3 games on the docket for tonight. Nashville is out at Billings. They'll be getting ready to go with that before too long.
Also Albany on the road at West Texas. So really kind of the upper echelon of the league all squaring off against each other tonight, if you want to look at it that way. As we're getting to the point, we talked about this quite a bit in Dodger City on Sunday, where we're going to have to start seeing some separation here on who is going to be a playoff contender and who's going to be a championship contender more than likely. And as we have talked about repeatedly, it just looks like Albany and Billings have separated themselves from the crowd for now.
Yeah, 3 good games, 6 good teams, but I'm glad you're here with us watching Salina Liberty and the Washington Wolfpack.
Maybe the best helmets in arena football.
Without a doubt. I would take it as far as say potentially all of football.
It's, yeah, Washington's helmets are great.
Great color scheme. That's the one thing I will say. The AFL has done uniforms justice.
Mandel with the kick, end over end. It's going to drive the returner back about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Big hit at the 9, and he's going to be brought down there. What a play that time as Xavier Crawford was bringing the kick out, but Roderick Jarrett there to take him down just short of the 10-yard line. That could have been a big return if he got by Jarrett, but Roderick Jarrett would not let it happen, and the Wolfpack will come out, and they will have to start at their own 10.
Xavier Crawford's going to have to go to the bench, do a little equipment repair, because it looks like a lot of that tackle as a result of the grabbing of the belt. He was able to just use strength and pull him down. So we'll see what the Wolfpack can do. Back out there one more time.
Jacob Teossi.
Having some flashbacks seeing a quarterback from Washington with the number 3.
Yeah. Teossi ducks under center. 5-step drop here. Wanted to let it fly. Gets hit. Now he's going to have to scramble out. Liberty unable to bring him down initially, but they're going to take him up against the wall. And there's Roderick Jarrett again as he was over there chasing and putting him up against the wall. And that's going to be about a 3-yard loss, maybe even a 4-yard loss here for Washington. But boy, Teossi came bouncing out of there. as the pressure came right up the middle, and that's something Salina's been able to do this year as well. They've had a nice combination of some guys working up in the middle, and right now it's Joshua Frazier who was working up the middle. He has to his right-hand side Justin Foster, Henry Kellogg off to the left, as Travis Taylor has stepped back and played linebacker once again with Roderick Jarrett. Second down and 13 after that sack. Another one for the Liberty defense. And this play blown up by Kellogg. Loose ball. Travis Taylor dives at the 2, and he has it. Henry Kellogg came in, and he blew that play apart. The ball came free, and Travis Taylor there to recover it. What a play, as right now it looks like this Liberty defense, Brian, is just coming to eat.
They're definitely putting a lot of pressure on that quarterback. I wanted to go back a couple plays. When Teasu was able to spin free, he wasn't able to get that ball downfield. Why? Because of great coverage being provided by that Salina secondary. So all phases of the defense were executing to perfection that last opportunity. And now let's put it into the hands of the offense. They scored in 2 plays last time out. Now they've got the ball first and goal on the 2-yard line.
Short field here, to say the least, for the Liberty. Benson sends Odom in motion. He still has Tracy Brooks to his right-hand side. They hand it off to Tracy. He's carrying the pile. He got to the 1 on forward progress, and then he stopped there as Tracy Brooks could see that goal line, and he was right there, but he is never going to be one to reach out and put that football in jeopardy, especially on first down as they live to go here another day. They're not going to give him that much. They're only going to give him about a football. I thought he had at least a yard. Nonetheless, it's second and goal here for the Liberty. They'll try it again. Clock continues to roll down here. We're approaching the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. We're tied up 7-7. Wolfpack and Liberty. Salina here, second down, heavy on the right-hand side. Benson runs away from that, and he is going to put his head down and get into the end zone. Shamario Benson with a rushing touchdown. Had 2 of them last week against the Storm, and he is on the board for the first time here. It's another 2-play drive for the Liberty as they capitalize on the defense's takeaway.
Salina now at 13-7. Cody Mandel will come in, and Benson, kind of reminiscent of what we had a year ago when Tracy Brooks would hold, scores the touchdown, and so now Benson will come out and he will hold.
Brooks, the protector behind the offensive line here. They await the snap from Kelvin McCoy. Good snap. Benson puts it down. Mandel's kick is up, and it is good. Media timeout. 9:08 left to go. It's quick turn. 2 Chuck touchdowns back-to-back by the Salina Liberty. Give the Liberty a 7-point lead here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Liberty football is brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Kansas Wesleyan University's nursing program enables passionate students to become in-demand healthcare professionals. Our $5 million Nursing Education Center features simulation rooms and state-of-the-art equipment that our faculty use to develop students' skills. With several clinical opportunities in our community, Kansas Wesleyan University is the clear choice to start your nursing career. Learn more today at kwu.edu.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
Welcome back here, Tony's Pizza Event Center. Devin Haney, Brian Berner, 14-7 Liberty, and really kind of flipped this game pretty quick there thanks to their defense as the Liberty got a quarterback sack and able to score quickly off of that on a 2-play drive, their second 2-play drive of the game.
Defense has stepped up. The offense has answered, helped out. And now let's see what Cody Mandel will do on this kickoff. Kind of squib one to open the game.
And the ball fell off the tee for the third time.
There it goes again.
Just laying there on the goal line.
Second attempt, he kind of went halfway back in the end zone.
He must just be putting that thing on his placer, just on the razor's edge.
It's a real small tee that he uses. So if he's going to go deep, this will be the direction to go.
Mandel's kick going to be a low line drive, hits the wall at about the 7-yard line. Looks like Rocky Hines over there. It's first down for Washington as they will take it here.
Hit the wall, so they will put the ball at the 10-yard line for the Wolfpack to start. 9 minutes exactly to go here in the second quarter. Not a bad crowd on hand, but for those of you tuning in for the first time to Tony's Pizza Event Center, keep in mind that this place does seat about 8,000 people.
Motion man on the left-hand side for Teasi. He's going to get away from one defender and then chase down from behind Travis Taylor in there on the tackle after a gain of about 3. Teasi's offense. Second down and 7. 8:10 left to play. 14-7 Liberty.
Yeah, we've got our graphics wrong. Scoreboard is wrong unless we fell asleep and missed something.
I usually don't do that till the third quarter. 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Teasi has to get rid of it again. And again, a receiver gets away from this Liberty secondary. Down the left-hand wall that time is Max Novak. So Novak, a name familiar to indoor football fans, as he's able to spin and go down the left-hand side. Novak, yes, last year was in Topeka, and really at times probably looked like their best player on the field.
He did. Made the move up with the Iowa Rampage until that franchise ceased operation. And so now he's made his way out to the Pacific Northwest.
So Novak, a big play there. And again, Teasi had to get rid of it because of the pressure coming from this Liberty defense. 14-7, Liberty leading by a touchdown. Wolfpack trying to come back. Teasi skirts out right-hand side, plenty of space. Dontre Matthews is going to close up on him and hold him away from the first down stick, but it'll be a gain of 9 for Jacob Teasi as he is able to advance it all the way down to the 6-yard line, where it'll be favorable right there for the Wolfpack. They'll have second down and 1 from the 6.
Kind of looked like Salina got away with what could potentially have been some hands to the face. One of the Wolfpack players, as they were going through, is Dominic Moore. His helmet was coming off, and really the only way that could have happened would have been with some upward leverage. But no call. I think Washington is content with the results of the play.
Scoreboard has been fixed, 14-7 it shows now. Wolfpack trying to change that. Here's Teasi trying to get away, and he cannot. There's those two guys again. It is Kellogg and it is Taylor, as they are able to come in, and the quickness, Brian, that Taylor and Kellogg have, they're just eating right now. I mean, that is just a feast for these guys, as they are going to push Teasi and this Wolfpack offense back 9 yards.
Teasi has shown us the ability to kind of break away, but it's one thing to have one of those guys coming in on you, but when they are both in sync and coming together, it just doesn't give the quarterback much opportunity. This we've got a stoppage. So Washington and head coach J.R. Wells will take a timeout. They'll talk things over.
I have to say this about Coach Wells. first of all, you just watch him. His energy, his attitude, the way he conducted pregame was just infectious. High energy. He went around to everyone that was in the arena earlier on when his Wolfpack was out warming up and shook everybody's hand at the wall. I mean, it was just, you don't see that very often. But he said to every single person that he came to, I hope you have a great time tonight.
Right.
I mean, you love that.
Yeah, and J.R. Wells, head coach, defensive coordinator Cole Stevens. You got linebacker coach Brian Burke, and then Dre Braxton, who is both the offensive and defensive line coach. Got a chance to visit with all of them. As you said, very infectious. They are just some of the nicest guys. They truly love what they do.
3rd down and 10 here for the Wolfpack. They go heavy on the left-hand side. Teosi's looking that way, but he's in trouble again, and he's going to be sacked again. Travis Taylor is in the neighborhood, as he has been all single night long, but this one is going to belong to Joshua Frazier. Brian, that is the 6th sack of the game for this Liberty defense, and we still have 5:19 left to go in the first half.
And I think they are all, it's more like you see them out there, hey, who's going to get the next one? Guys, they're going to make this a contest amongst themselves to go out because they're excited about what they're doing. And they see the success, and it builds. 4th down and long coming up. 4th and 15.
4th and 15. Novak in motion. Here's Teosi. Throws it, and it's dropped. Man, he had a receiver sitting down at the 10-yard line, and it's going to be dropped by the receiver, Deshaun Williams. I don't think Williams had enough for the first down anyway, unless he breaks a tackle or two. But that drop will have a turnover on downs with 4:35 remaining here in the second quarter, and the Liberty offense will come back.
Yeah, that would have been real close for him. It depends on what type of move he would have been able to get had he brought that reception in.
So turnover on downs there for the Wolfpack. Liberty coming back on. 4:35 remaining, and we get to that point in time every single game where we start talking about turnaround from first half to second half. Liberty scheduled to get the football to start second half. Can you bracket the half ending the first half with a score and beginning the second half with a score? Here's Benson, hands it off to Brooks. Brooks steps through the line, 5 yards, 9 yards, and then up against the wall. They're going to say he got 9 yards, and that was it there as he hit the wall after he crossed midfield and took the football to the 21-yard line. They'll spot it at the 22.
Kylie came across to make contact with Tracy Brooks, hit him into the wall.
Kyle Lee took away the football from the Liberty on their opening possession of the day. Got an interception there. Took it off the net. Clock rolling down now. 3:45 left to go here. Second quarter. 14-7. Liberty leading. It's been the story of their defense here in this game. Here's the fake on the end around from Odom. Little screen play to Brooks. Has Kelvin McCoy out in front. Look out. Tracy Brooks to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. Tracy Brooks had lead blockers with Kelvin McCoy and Demarius Washington. He split those two guys as he was able to get it into the end zone, and you will not see a better screen play from a traditional sense in indoor football than what you just saw right there.
Yeah, to be able to have that set up where you have those guys out in front, and when those guys, one of them is Kelvin McCoy, to be able to help. It's not going to take a whole lot for Tracy to kind of sneak through. He gave that extra burst of speed, was able to get to the end zone. That's his second touchdown of the night. Cody Mandel back in to try for his third extra point attempt, and it's good.
Extra point from Mandel is up. He is now 3 of 3 in this game, and the Liberty have rattled off 3 consecutive touchdowns, and while they have done that now, 5 quarterback sacks of Wolfpack quarterbacks in this game. Excuse me, 6. They have 6 now.
I was going to say,
as they are piling up faster
like
than I can make
5.
stick figures on my chart. But man, it's just been a quick turn here as the Wolfpack led 7-0. But it's been all Liberty here in this second quarter after that touchdown.
That's just great defense, and you hear it a lot. And Wolfpack fans, this is your first opportunity to see the Salina Liberty or a Coach O'Neill Coach Ball Club. Defense is what he prides it on, and this defense tonight is showing up to do some things. I kind of thought we were doing that against Wichita a couple weeks ago. Didn't see quite as much against Southwest Kansas last week. When this team hits on all cylinders, I think they can be just as good as anybody out there.
Yeah, because offense will feed off the defense as well. It's just, we've seen them set the tone so many times and ends up being in situations like this. Still a long ways to go here in this game. As Mandel puts it up, it's off the net, and it's going to be retrieved there by Xavier Crawford. Crawford now has some space, but he runs into Henry Kellogg at about the 15-yard line, and he's going to be whistled down there between the 17 and 18. So the Wolfpack offense will come back out here. 2:31 left to go in the second quarter. Washington does have 2 timeouts remaining as they trail Salina by 14. And then also keep in mind Salina scheduled to get the football to start the second half. At halftime, we'll revisit a conversation we had with Henry Kellogg. It's almost like we were prophetic in knowing that he was going to have a huge game today. His birthday was on Tuesday. He was on the Coach O Show, part of our Precision Electric player profile. We'll revisit that interview we had with Henry Kellogg coming up at halftime of this contest in 2:25 worth of scoreboard time. First down and 10, Wolfpack. They go a single receiver out to the left. That's Deshaun Williams. He will now go in motion and make it a strong side right with all 3 receivers. Here's Taylor coming up the middle again. This ball is going to be dropped, and it's an incomplete pass. Clock continues to roll down now as we approach the 2-minute mark.
And if you haven't had an opportunity, or let's just tell people, they need to tune in to that Coach O Show Tuesday nights, SalinaPost.com. It's one of the top coaches shows in all of the AFL. And I'm not just saying that because you're the host, but it's a pretty darn good show.
Not bad. We work hard on it. Coach O is also the big part of that. You can ask him 3 questions and you have an hour's worth of content. I mean, it's incredible. Second down and 10 for Washington. Teasi back to pass. Kellogg coming around the end. Can't get there, and that ball is going to be dropped on a dime and incomplete. Boy, all the way to the wall went the Washington receiver along with a Salina Liberty defensive back. The Salina Liberty player was Eric McIntosh. And for the Wolfpack, it's Vincent Wilkerson. Those two battled all the way to the back wall before that ball eventually fell incomplete, and that will take us to the 60-second warning. Don't believe Washington's going to try to get their 3rd and 10 play off. They will not, and we will take it to the last timeout. 60 seconds left here in the first half. Liberty 21, Wolfpack 7. It's brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
There's a career for people on a mission. There's something for people who want more than a job, for those who have purpose, for those who want to meet challenges head on. A career for those who want to serve others and protect the innocent. For those who have high standards and want to be held accountable. This uniform, this badge, is earned. Visit khpjobs.org to learn more.
Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electric in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Precision Electrical Contractors is looking for licensed journeyman electricians as well as apprentice electricians. Apply online at pecsalina.com.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center, looks like maybe the officials wanting to take a look at that last play that led one of the receivers, Vincent Wilkerson, to the back wall
of the AFL.
As we said in there on coverage for the Salina Liberty was Eric McIntosh. The ball came free. It was ruled incomplete on the field, but it looks like now they might just want to be taking a look at it. I don't know if this is an official replay or so the key there is this is going to be a replay. As we take a look at it here, see Teasi back to pass, and that ball looked like it landed in a good spot there, Brian, with Vincent Wilkerson, and then the ball came free. You see right away Wilkerson looking at the official that was back there in the end zone, and then the official motioning to something there about 2 feet away from Wilkerson, but they're taking a look at this as Washington is challenged.
And it looked like when they were kind of breaking away from that play that the ball was down between his legs
So they have confirmed the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. That'll cost the Wolfpack a timeout, as now they are looking at 3rd down and 10 with a minute left and 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, it cost you the timeout, which right now isn't a big thing and a half, but it cost you one of your challenge opportunities.
So Washington trying to advance the football here and get a new set of downs. 3rd down and 10 as they will snap it from their own 17-yard line. Teasi ducking under center once again. Takes the drop. Here comes the pressure. Teasi cannot get away. Again, it is Taylor and it is Kellogg, and a flag comes flying in. Ron O'Neill was coming in trying to call a timeout, it looked like, to stop the clock and preserve some time. And now they're going to say a flag on the field, as we'll see what this ruling is here.
It looks like they're pointing against Salina.
Ron O'Neill is not happy, so that's an indication of what this is going to be, or at least who it's against. So we'll find out what it's going to be here.
Automatic 1st down.
So it's on Pika Leota, who we have not seen play a lot of defense this year. He has traditionally been that extra lineman that we talked about on offense, lining up behind the offensive line. And I'm still not sure what happened there, Brian, but it gives the Wolfpack a 1st down and gets them out of a 4th and mile situation. It would have been 4th and about 25 yards.
Yeah, the trouble was it was after the play when the taunting occurred. And so with that being an unsportsmanlike, that's what then will take it for the 10 yards and the automatic 1st down. So new life with 53 seconds to go for the Wolfpack.
Here's Kellogg pushing the lineman back, and he's going to get the sack anyway. Holy cow, Henry Kellogg is unhinged in this game. That is ridiculous. As he turns around to his bench and holds up 5 fingers. He's probably right. He probably has 5 sacks.
And Salina's content just to let this clock run. I thought for a second maybe they'd try to use those 3 timeouts that they have remaining. A chance to get the ball back.
Meta now on the defensive line on the left end. Here's a throw by Teasi. Goes incomplete. Stop the clock with 14.8 seconds left. Now a 3rd down coming up.
You think it's one of those situations where Washington just wasn't or isn't quite prepared for the speed that Salina has up front, because Salina's just having their way with this line.
Well, and obviously I don't know how Washington is equipped on offense, but sooner or later, don't you think that they might have to step back in the shotgun?
I would think it would be probably a smart adjustment to make.
Here's Alecki Toppin now. He's going to come in and take over the nose guard spot. Kellogg to the right. Teasi back to pass. Here comes Taylor again. Teasi gets out of there, and a completion to the 20. It looks like it's going to be caught as Deshaun Williams puts his hands on it and then goes toppling over the wall. Trying to get a look at it here. Got some fans standing up.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's one of the areas where some of
fans,
residential seating area where some of the fans are at.
You see Dontre Matthews, number 4 for the Liberty over there. He's trying to help people up. Dontre had quite the story when Salina was in Billings. Had a lady get hit right at their wall up at Billings at the Metroplex, and Detroit wouldn't come back and play until he knew that she was okay.
And a great job you can see in the white shirt there. That's one of the athletic trainers for Washington who was immediately able to come over. You've got training staff for Salina also on hand. So great collaboration by both teams, medical staffs, to be over there to double check. Get Jimmy off the field here real quick.
So the catch, they're good by Deshaun Williams. And Teasi threw that one on a dime. Good catch there out in front with the hands by Williams. 1st down now as the Wolfpack threatening with 9.5 seconds left. Here's Teasi back to throw again. Here comes Kellogg. Slips through. Teasi has it picked off by Freddie McGee. Look out, McGee on the return. 20, 15, 10, 5. Gets hit right short of the goal line, and time runs out. Are you kidding me? Ron O'Neill asking for some time.
He's saying that potentially the contact when he hit the wall should have stopped the play. So the officials are saying the half is over. I don't know if you can challenge when the player hit the wall versus the score clock. The officials aren't even going to consider it as they go. So that will be halftime. Salina with the 21-7 advantage here in the half. What an opportunity that could have been for Salina.
What a tough break. Freddie McGee, you almost wanted him to kind of take a dive, right? You're at the 5-yard line. You have a guy to beat. Again, I can't really see what's going on from his perspective, but you knew time was running down. You almost wanted him to take a dive and get in there, but nonetheless, that is Freddie McGee's second interception. We haven't talked about the back end of Salina's defense a whole lot because all the sacks are happening up front, but Freddie McGee has 2 picks.
He does, but let's give credit where credit's due. I don't know if we can quickly go to that replay because who came back to help make that? It looked like it was 3 of the guys from that offensive line, some of those big hosses that came back in order to help go downfield to get McGee and push him out. So great job and by Washington not to give up on that play, because that could have been a huge 2-for-1 opportunity like we were talking about. But nonetheless, Salina goes in with the 14-point lead, 21-7. Here we go with this play. And let's kind of key on to see who comes up as McGee goes down. Tiasu was the one that actually made that contact, but you also had 2 of the offensive linemen that made their way back to help be involved in that play. So thanks to the guys down running master control to get that back for us that quick.
And really couldn't tell there clockwise where we were at with the scoreboard and things like that. Nonetheless, we'll have to trust the officials on what they have there. And it's 21-7 at halftime. Salina Liberty scored 21 consecutive points after trailing 7-0. They go to halftime with 8 quarterback sacks and 2 interceptions as the defense leading the way. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll revisit an interview that we had earlier in the week on the Coach O Show. This is from Tuesday, which happened to be Henry Kellogg's birthday. We had a Precision Electric player profile with Henry Kellogg, one of the defensive linemen that's having a huge night for the Salina Liberty. We'll revisit that interview when we come back. Here at halftime, Liberty lead it 21-7. Salina Liberty football brought to you by the Salina Pain Clinic. Welcome back here. We're at AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. My name is Devin Haney here with Henry Kellogg, one of the main cogs of the Salina Liberty defense. Coach Ron O'Neill had some really great things to say about you. We're going to get to know you a little bit here. First of all, happy birthday, by the way. Thank you. Birthdays are always fun. Henry's got some tickets here. If somebody's watching live, they want to come down, we'll find some people here also in-house. Got about 10 tickets. If you can't make it down, comment on the Coach O Show post on Salina Liberty Facebook that you want a pair of tickets. We'll hook you up for this game this Saturday. It is First Responders Night as we salute first responders. The Salina Liberty and Henry getting ready to take on the Washington Wolfpack. Now, let's talk about you for a little bit. It is your birthday, so we got that scoop on you. But it looked like you grew up in the Chicago area. South Elgin is what you're listed on the Liberty roster, just a little bit west of Chicago.
Yes, sir.
Talk about growing up in Illinois, and you also went to college in Illinois after high school. How did that all kind of go for you? First, tell me about high school and what you were involved in.
So I went to St. Charles North High School. I graduated in 2017. First sport was originally basketball, right? I played basketball. Both parents played basketball, so I kind of just, like, that was my first sport growing up, you know. They put a ball in my hands at an early age, and I kind of just fell in love with the game. And then once I, started putting that helmet and shoulder pads on, I fell in love with that, because the thing about basketball is it's a contact sport, but it's not as much contact as football. And once I put on that shoulder pad and helmet, and I grew love to the physicality of the game. Yeah. I've always been a physical player, and I just like to compete. And once I started playing football, I just fell in love with the game. You know what I mean? So I'm from Illinois. Went to College of DuPage after I went to St. Charles North High School. Went there for 2 years. Played at College of DuPage. Got my associate's degree there. And then I got an opportunity to play in the Fan Control Football League in 2022. And I took that opportunity, and I went with it. Played with Terrell Owens, Johnny Manziel, a lot of guys that played at the league that I'm trying to get to and hire. Played there. Then I went to play in the IFL, played for the Tucson Sugar Skulls in 2023. Then I played for Rapid City Marshals in 2023, and then I finished my season with the Tulsa Oilers in 2023. And then with the film that I had from all three of those teams, I used it to get to the AFL, and now I'm in Salina.
So what made you – I always love this question because everybody has a different story and kind of a different way of how they come here. What made you come to Salina? Was it the coaching? Was it the recruiting? Was it a combination of both? Tell me how you got to Salina.
Okay, well, my agent, name is Romero. Him and Coach O'Neill, they have a good relationship.
Okay.
And at the time, during the summer, I was still unsigned, looking for a program to go to.
Okay.
And to, showcase my abilities. And he told me to – my agent told me to send him, my tape, and he's going to get it to O'Neill. So I did that, and then I got a call from Coach O'Neill a couple days later with a contract. And me and Coach O'Neill talked, real cool guy, kind of from the same area as well. And we just kind of talked and got to know each other a little bit. And he just told me about Salina and just football and, how they just came off a championship in 2022. And from the moment we had a conversation, I was just excited because he seemed like a genuine person, and he seemed like he had his best interest at heart for me, to come down to Salina and help win another championship. So that's kind of how I got to Salina, me personally.
Yeah. He had some great things to say about you. He called you maybe one of the top 3 prospects on this team to move up to the next level. What we know about Coach O is he is good at getting guys to that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? Where do you think you are right now? And then kind of piggyback on that, where do you think this defense is at right now?
Me personally, I still think I have a little bit to develop. I know my flaws, I know my weaknesses, but day in and day out, I'm trying to turn each weakness into a strength. So I know the things that I need to work on, and I'm just trying to get better day by day. So when that time does come for me to elevate and get to the next level, I'll be ready. The defense, I think this defense is very good. We've got a combination of speed, size, strength, and agility from all 3 positions on the field, starting from the D-line, to the linebackers, to the DBs. And I feel like once we all just come together and click as a program, I don't think anybody can stop us. That's just me personally. Yeah. Like, I've seen us play top-level, top-end football. And, for example, like in the when we played the Nashville Cats, we were on their necks. You know what I mean? We were going crazy. The defensive line was doing their job. Everybody was doing their 1/8. And I feel like if everybody does their 1/8, who can stop you if every single person on the team, on the field at that moment is doing their job? I feel like it'll be unstoppable. And that's what I think of this defense.
Yeah, well said. And I get that feeling, too. There's times in games. I know the last home game that we had here, you took over for a good portion of the time. It was quarterbacks could not get away from you. It just you were kind of doing the thing with the other guys up front. You guys were getting immense pressure. If you're not playing defensive end or you're not playing linebacker, where else are you at on the field? Where do you want to play?
Well, it's crazy that you say that because when I came to Salina, I was recruited. He knew I played DN in previous leagues, but I was recruited to be a fullback linebacker. So at the start of camp, I was playing fullback, linebacker, and I was in the groove of that, and I liked it. And then I got a chance to play defensive end one day in practice, and he saw what I could do and how I could showcase my abilities. And ever since that day, I kind of just stayed at that defensive end spot. But me personally, I believe that I can play defensive end. I believe that I can play fullback and block. And I also believe that I can play linebacker. So I feel like I can play all 3 positions. And I feel like I bring versatility to any team that would maybe want me because I can do multiple things. And that's what really brings value to a program. If you got a guy that can do multiple things, why not have him on the team?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think you know as well as I do, that's kind of what Martinez and Coach O go after. They go after the multifaceted guys that are talented in different spots. Coach O told me that you have a job here in town, too, and what do you do in your extra time other than work, and where do you work at? And just tell me kind of some of the personal things about you that makes you tick off the football field.
Yeah, so I just got a job doing security. It's called First Choice Security.
Okay.
So we do security for events, gigs, marriages, concerts. Just the other day, we were doing security at the Carnival at Central Mall, I believe. And just doing a little bit of patrolling, and then
security for the games.
Yeah, security for the games as well. And then Riverfest is coming up, Salina Riverfest, so I'll be working there, working at K-State, helping out with anything that I can. To be honest, because like I said here, I'm just trying to play football, and with whatever free time that I have, just trying to make money and just, do my thing, So that's a little bit about me.
That's awesome, man. So Coach O, he claims he's from Billings now, right? But we know he's a Chicago guy.
Yeah.
So he'll hop up on this chair and tell you everything you want to know about the Chicago Bears.
Right.
Are you a Bears guy, or are you somewhere else here?
Man, to be honest, I'm not really a Bears fan. Honestly, I'm more of a Cowboys guy. I've always been a Cowboys fan. Dad was a Cowboys fan, so I kind of grew up being a Cowboys fan. But personally, like, no bias, I've always just been a man of the game. Like, I just like the game of football. I like to watch good games. I've never been a guy that likes, watching teams getting blown out. I always like to watch a competitive game, and I like to see people go neck and neck and, just go at it. Who wants to watch a team getting blown out 42-0? I don't see any fun in that. You know what I'm saying?
So it sounds like you're kind of like me with the NBA. You're a follower of players and not necessarily teams.
Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite players that you like to watch?
NFL or NBA?
Yeah, NFL.
So I like to follow guys that mimic my position: Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, guys of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's where I try to take some of my moves from. Those are the type of guys that I watch. Before every game, I typically put on 10 to 15 minutes of Khalil Mack, Myles Garrett, elite edge rushers, and I just watch how they move, the fluidity in their game, how they get off the ball, their get off, their techniques, their striking, and I try to take some of what they do and add it to my arsenal so I can become elite and just better myself day in and day out. You know what I mean?
So let's go NBA. You paying attention to the playoffs? Do you care about Dallas and Boston right now? You rooting for one or the other?
Man, like I said, I'm a guy of the game. I just want to see a good series, but I got my money on Dallas.
Yeah.
I like Dallas. I think they're good contenders. I think Boston's a great team as well. They got some athletes too, but if I were to bet, I'm putting my money on Dallas for sure.
Yeah. You get involved in Madden at all? Are you in the gaming community there? I know some of the guys take that real serious.
Big Madden guy. Love Madden. Madden, 2K. We were actually just playing a little bit before I got here.
Okay.
So big Madden guy. I've always been a video game guy. I try to do that in my free times when I got the chance. So typically my schedule is, football, working out, recovery, and then anything after that, work, video games and all that type of stuff. That's what I typically like to do. You know what I mean?
Sounds awesome, man. Well, I love watching you play. We talk about you quite a bit on the broadcast and on the video stream. And, man, it's just you and especially when Travis Taylor's on that other end and you guys are both going. You guys had that kind of going in Dodge City on Sunday. You guys are so much fun to watch. Yeah. Where do you see this team ending up? I know the ultimate goal is always a championship. Do you kind of see that for this team? You've been on some other pretty good teams. You've been through the IFL. You've been with Tucson, as you said. You've been with Tulsa. How does this team stack up?
I think it stacks up wherever we want it to stack up. And I personally believe that we're going to be in the championship. I personally believe that we have the caliber of players to be in the championship. It's just about locking in and getting everybody on the same page. Sometimes I feel like
in the Salina Pain Clinic broadcast booth, and boy, what a defensive performance we saw by the Liberty in that first half, Brian. It included 8 quarterback sacks, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery by this Liberty defense. The offense hasn't had to do a whole lot yet. They have only thrown 5 passes as Jamario Benson is 3 out of 5, and he will have a chance to come out and take over once again. Here's the kickoff. Goes off the top of the wall, then off the hardware for the upright. Otis Odom gets free, and he is taken down up against the wall just past the 15-yard line. A very Huron O'Neill type of half, though, was it not, with the Liberty defense just dominating the way?
Yeah, the defense basically set everything up, helped provide the good field position, short field opportunities. Coach O does what Coach O does best, and that's get his defense out there ready to go. We'll see now what they could do with the offense.
21-7. Benson, as I said, 3 out of 5 so far, but he does have an interception and a touchdown. That touchdown on a screenplay to Tracy Brooks. And all 3 of the completions have gone to 3 different receivers. Here's Brooks. They start out with him. He has 10 yards as he runs through a defensive back. Still on his feet past the midfield stripe. Now to the 20-yard line. Tracy Brooks on first down. Breaks off 14 yards. Man, it feels so good to see Tracy back in there running the football.
Yeah, and then you got the kind of the old Philadelphia Eagle tush push coming in there as you had Kelvin McCoy first in line to help get things going. Then Bruce Trigg said, I'll help out. Able to get Tracy a couple extra yards as they go downfield.
First down and 10 for the Liberty. Nose of the football, sitting at the 20-yard line on the left hash. Kelvin McCoy reaches down, grabs the football. The southpaw center has Jamario Benson behind him in a shotgun formation. Fake to Brooks. Benson wants to throw. Has Otis Odom at the 10. It is caught and complete. First down and goal coming up for the Liberty as Odom takes the football to the 9.
Benson did such a great job of kind of putting the ball in and pulling it back at just the last opportunity, then to complete that ball down the left sideline.
2 plays threatening to score are the Liberty. First down and goal at the 9. The Liberty in that first half of play had 2 touchdown drives that were only 2 plays. This will be their 3rd play of this drive. Demarius Washington isolated out to the right-hand side on a defensive back, and we have a stoppage in play here as they're going to reset the play clock. The official says something to the Liberty offensive line. I believe he was asking who was eligible because Aleki Tapa throws his hand as high as he can get it in the air to claim himself as an eligible down lineman. Odom in motion, pitch out to the right-hand side. Brooks is going to tap the brakes, reverse field, come back to the other side. To the 5, takes on a defender at the 2, and a flag down as Tracy Brooks completely flipped field that time. The sweep was to the right, he comes back to the left, but also give a call to Jamario Benson as he turned into a blocker all of a sudden.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if we might have a hold downfield against Salina. Leaving the
They did call the hold, as you hear there. So that will set Salina back. Just an impressive play, though, by Tracy Brooks. Spot foul. They'll take him back to the 12-yard line. So that hold was occurring inside the 5-yard line. Not a bad situation here for the Liberty. First down and goal still from the 12. Brooks still resides in the backfield, Little screen play out to Ed Smith, and he's going to be lassoed up and dropped here at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 13.
J.R. Nelson read that right from the get-go. As Benson looked out to the right flat, had Ed Smith there, but Washington there to make the stop. Wolfpack now puts line in 2nd and goal.
2nd and long here. Ed Smith, Otis Odom, all that speed on the left-hand side. Benson looking that way. Now he's going to skirt out to the right-hand side, gets inside the 10, and then blasted up a wall there. Nice job that time tackling by Brandon Wellington for this Washington defense. Wellington makes the hit. That could have been worse. But he was able to put Benson up against the wall and stop the play. Now 3rd down and goal coming up from the 8.
Benson's done a nice job tonight. Really limited play the majority of the season up until last week. It's a spot here and there.
Demarius Washington by himself to the right. They're going to run Brooks again. He again slams on the brakes, goes back the other way, and he's going to have his heels clipped out from underneath him as Caleb Brown comes in and makes a great tackle there on Tracy Brooks, who tumbles down inside the 5 at the 4. 4th down and goal from the 4-yard line. Again, Coach Ron O'Neal doesn't even blink. He doesn't look to the bench. He is talking a 4th down play with his quarterback, Jamario Benson, who has gone the distance in this game. Charles McCollum, who was injured last week in Dodge City against the Storm, is suited up tonight, but Benson got the start here. I don't know that McCollum is 100% healthy.
I don't think you've lost much at all with the way Benson's going tonight.
Maybe a free play, movement up front. It's going to be an interception here by the Wolfpack defense, but I think they're just going to kind of half-heartedly take this guy down as the interception was made by Micaiah Lee. If it stands, it will be his 2nd interception of the day, but I believe the Wolfpack defense got a little hurried up front, and they came off sides. Let's get the call. And that is the case, so half the distance to the goal will go the Liberty, and their 4th and goal from the 4 will turn into a 4th and goal from the 2. Scrub that interception off. It did not happen.
Tracy Brooks, Jamario Benson. Ball will end up in one of those 2 hands. I say it's going to be Tracy Brooks.
Got Bruce Trigg, Kelvin McCoy, Alecki Tapa from left to right.
A lot of space going to open up here on this left side.
Here's Benson. They give it to Brooks. Brooks puts his head down, face mask first, into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night. For Tracy Brooks, that is rushing touchdown number 2. He also took a screen pass the distance in the first half.
Player a little slow getting up for Salina is Demarius Washington. He's going to make the slow walk the length of the field. And he's got to get a little giddy up in that step. He will go and jump the board as usual.
Mandel on for the point after, trying to make this a full 3-touchdown lead for the Liberty. Placement a little bit off track there by Benson, but he was able to get it up, get it ready to be kicked. Mandel punches it through, and he is 4 of 4 on this evening, and that will push the Liberty lead now to 28-7 as we step aside for another timeout. Liberty up by 21 points as they continue on their run. Salina Liberty football brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
It takes hard work, passion, and drive. It takes retraining your mind and your body. But once you do, you can't be stopped. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, here to get you back in the game.
Devin Haney, Brian Berner back in the Salina Pain Clinic broadcast booth. 28-7 is our score, Brian, in this run by the Liberty after trailing early on in the second quarter 7-0, has now peaked at 28-0 so far.
I can do the math. 28-point unanswered. You set me up for that one. But it's been defense. Defense has been what has established this for the Liberty.
And we haven't seen the Liberty defense yet here in the second half, as that was the opening drive of the third quarter by the Liberty offense, who goes down. Tracy Brooks ends up with his 3rd touchdown of the night. 2 rushing and 1 receiving.
Yeah, last kickoff, Cody Mandel was able to take it off the net earlier.
This one going to be returned from about 4 yards deep by Crawford. Xavier Crawford out to the 10. Flag comes flying in. Another flag comes flying in. Crawford taken down just short of the 15-yard line. To explain for people not familiar with Tony's Pizza Event Center, when you kick the way, as we viewed it from right to left on the video, where Mandel just kicked that from, there is some concert rigging from the ceiling that comes down considerably lower, probably about 5 foot lower than what it does on the other end. If you're kicking the other way, that the Wolfpack are headed now, if you're letting it loose from that end from left to right, you can really let it fly because there are a couple of speakers, but nothing really that will get in the path of your kick. It's the way that the Liberty are going now that you have to be cautious.
Yeah, back in the day when you had some of those arenas, and this was one where you had the center scoreboard, those would always get in the way, but pretty clean shot when you get here for the kickers. Penalty was on the Wolfpack, so they'll be pushed back from the return, but they now have it 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line.
Washington from the 6, Jacob Teasi. Screen play out, quick pass to Vincent Wilkerson, and Wilkerson gets rocked. Boy, he got rocked over here by the Liberty defenders. That was led that time by Roderick Jarrett. Still got about 6 yards on the play. Advance the football out to the 12-yard line. Still got Dontre Matthews in the secondary. Eric McIntosh along with him, Freddie McGee. McGee has shifted his role to more of a safety type of person, and Matthews more of a corner. As we see the versatility of this Liberty secondary. Travis Taylor in there at linebacker right now. Here's a screen play out to the left-hand side. That's going to be complete to Deshaun Williams, who will have more than enough for a 1st down. Advances it past the sticks by about 2 yards. That'll move the chains for the Wolfpack and put the line of scrimmage out to the 18-yard line.
A lot quicker release that you're seeing this time.
Yeah, already seeing adjustments made. Yep. Yeah, it was not a fun first half for Jacob Teasi. 8 quarterback sacks by the Liberty. 7 were on him. One of them came against Rodney Raines, who came in momentarily as a backup. 1st down and 10. Here's Teasi. Has some time, lets it loose down the field, has a receiver, but it is out of bounds, incomplete through the VIP. McGee in on coverage that time with Max Novak, and McGee hit the wall kind of funny, and he is still down at the goal line. He is asking, I think, for a substitute, and that'll bring on Demarius Washington.
That was one of the comments that was made when I was talking with some of the Washington personnel before the game. I go, okay, what do you think of this setup? The walls are really padded, but they don't have much give. And that is true. These walls do have nice padding, but they're as solid as you'll find in any arena out there.
So Demarius Washington on here as a defensive back now. Teasi scrambling out to the right, lets it throw again to the same spot. This to Max Novak, again the intended receiver, and again it's incomplete. And they're on coverage that time for the Liberty, Eric McIntosh, along with Roderick Jarrett. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 after the 2 incomplete passes. On the backside of the 3rd quarter now, 6:25 left to go. Score continues to be 28-7 Liberty. See what Jacob Teasi can pull out here for this Wolfpack offense. He has 2 wide receivers to the right, a single to the left. Now he'll join the guys on the right. They'll go fully loaded to the right-hand side. Teasi back to pass. Has some time again. Has a receiver, but he throws it to the outside. And making an effort that time to intercept is Freddie McGee. He did not spend much time out of the game, Brian. It's one play, and he is back in there.
Yeah.
So that'll bring up 4th down for the Wolfpack.
It almost seemed like there was a little miscommunication in that route as to where Teasi was going to go versus his receiver. I think it was Vincent Wilkerson, if I remember correctly, kind of went out. But part of that is I always want to give credit to the defense. If you have to force someone to adjust their routes.
4th down here for the Wolfpack. Teasi back to throw, hit as he throws, leads his receiver to the wall, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs for the Wolfpack, again looking for Novak, And Salina is going to get this football in really good field position here at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, again, another opportunity for Salina to start on the Washington side of the field. This will be about the 18-yard line. It's where they will mark the ball to start.
I had to laugh a little bit there when Freddie McGee did go down and wanted to sub. Demarius Washington and Tracy Brooks both came out with their helmets on. They were both eager to get out and get some defensive action. So Kellen McCoy leads Bruce Trigg and Alecki Tapa to the offensive line. McCoy, that southpaw center, reaches down, grabs the football again. Jamario Benson and company ready to go on another drive here. Otis Odom in motion. There's a free play coming up. Washington jumped off sides. Benson wanting to go all the way to the end zone. Has a jump ball with Demarius Washington, and he was tangled up that time with J.R. Nelson. And Demarius Washington able to get just his right hand on it, but looks like the Liberty again will get a 5-yarder. And they will. Ronnie Mitchell got a little eager that time. So he came across. Now he will exit the game. 5 yards for Salina. First down and 5 at the 13-yard line.
Did D-Wash catch a touchdown last week?
No, he got two interference calls in the end zone that led to touchdowns, but he did not catch one. Yes, he is due.
Shut out for a couple games now.
Benson will send Demarius Washington in motion. D-Wash working the middle of the field. Benson throws a jump ball, and it's going to go just underneath the net into the bench of the Wolfpack. One of the Wolfpack players barking at Demarius Washington as he walks away. It's a fine line with him, right? Because he's so tall, you want to put it upstairs where he can go get it, but there's no such thing as you or throwing away. It's you or the net. We saw that in the first quarter.
Yeah,
it came off the net and Washington intercepted.
Yeah, I think these last 2 weeks we've seen two of the better interceptions. This one off the net here in the first half, and then the one that bounced off the top of the wall out of Dodge City last Sunday.
2 bounces. It was incredible. Here's a pitch out. Tracy Brooks, left-hand side. Trigg out there leading the way. Bruce Trigg got it, and then Kellen McCoy got into the action as well. They were able to get 4.
They're saying first down.
They're saying first down. Like Rocky Hines over there wanting to move the chains as he came in with the spot and said, let's make it first and goal here for the red, white, and blue. This officiating crew again doing a superb job. We've seen other games in other leagues that are littered with flags and just throws the game rhythm off. It's not fun for anyone, really. I mean, this game here has had nice flow, though, and they just kind of keep it moving. They call the stuff that needs to be called. This makes for a better experience, Brian. We're going to have a stoppage in play here.
Play clock got down to 1 second, so Salina's going to...
You heard the boss. Let's take a media timeout. 2:54 left to go here in the third quarter in the second half. 28-7. Salina has a timeout, and it's a media timeout here at Salina Liberty Football, brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Kansas Wesleyan University's nursing program enables passionate students to become in-demand healthcare professionals. Our $5 million Nursing Education Center features simulation rooms and state-of-the-art equipment that our faculty use to develop students' skills. With several clinical opportunities in our community, Kansas Wesleyan University is the clear choice to start your nursing career. Learn more today at kwu.edu.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
Welcome back to Tony's Pizza Event Center. We're in Salina, Kansas. Devin Haney, Brian Berner, and the Salina Pain Clinic broadcast booth. Salina Liberty Football brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics, who has extended their spring into summer special. They had a 20% off special with skincare and vitamin C products. They have extended that special now into June and July. So 20% off of the vital skincare you need, and also some vitamin C supplements to help you get through summer and make that skin feeling fresh and refined. Liberty first down here after they got a first down on that last play right before the timeout. Trying to add to their 21-point score. First down here from the 8. Otis Odom starts out left, now comes back right. They're going to go into the end zone looking for Demarius Washington, and that's going to be knocked down by Brian Cernowski. Cernowski's had a nice game.
He's been all over the place. Able to reach up and knock that ball away from it was intended for D-Wash. I think D-Wash is probably wondering, what's it going to take to give me the ball in the end zone?
Gets an awful lot of attention, though. We saw down the stretch when the Liberty needed points last week in Dodge City. He was double teamed. Of course, they were already playing a receiver down. Also, Ed Smith was inactive. They were really short 2 guys in that receiving core. Here's Benson. A flag flies here, and he's going to be taken down from behind. Tank Brewster coming in from his linebacker spot. Came off of Benson's blind side, but again, we got to check the flags that came in at 1 on each side. Jake Oliphante guilty of the offsides that time. So the Wolfpack continue to shoot themselves in the paw here.
Yeah, this is not the right time to do this, but had a chance to visit with Jake's mom, who made the trip down from Minnesota. So I know his dad and other members of the family are tuned in. It's nice to see family be able to make it to some of these games.
Second down and goal here for the Liberty from just inside the 5. Give to Tracy Brooks, sweep right side, and old MVP has 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
A 4-yard touchdown run by Tracy Brooks, who throws the football into the stands.
I tell you what, Liberty fans have missed that, and it's good to see TV back in the backfield. He's just so exciting. You've seen how he goes and is able to change fields real quick. He's such a powerful runner, such a smart guy.
And that time, again, give all the hot in the world to the blocking,
right?
Because that was just a sprint to the corner by Tracy Brooks. Jamario Benson now waiting on the snap. That'll come back from Kelvin McCoy. So Cody Mandel can put another attempt up. He does, and he makes it. 5 of 5
Roll
in this
tide.
game for Cody Mandel, the former Alabama punter who has converted himself to a kicker and having some success with it here in just his second game with the Liberty. 5 of 5 on extra points.
Cody was just a part of what a lot of these Liberty players did earlier in the week. They made trips all around the area to provide tickets to first responders from some of the various towns. Cody was a part of that. In addition, a number of the players worked with the food bank to get some food distribution taken care of. So these Liberty players don't just work hard in practice and here at the matches, but they continue to be out in the community, in the area, providing some good things. So a lot of reasons to be proud of this Salina Liberty team and the things that this front office puts together.
Wolfpack looking for some answers here. They await the kickoff once again from Cody Mandel. They will once again have Xavier Crawford back deep. 48 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And really, ever since that first touchdown early on in the first couple of minutes of the second quarter by Washington that gave them a 7-0 lead after we had 0 points scored in the first quarter, this has been a game that has just been dominated by the Liberty. Started out with their defense, but now we see the offense here in the third quarter with back-to-back touchdown drives. Mandel making sure everybody is lined up where they need to be. He shades it off to the left-hand side, lets this one fly, and it's going to be Xavier Crawford back inside the 5-yard line. He's out to the 15, spins off a tackle, Now still on his feet, goes backwards a little bit, gets another big hit, and eventually finally goes down at the 12-yard line. Boy, Xavier Crawford was a pinball on that return. He took a couple of big shots, but just kept going. And that was a really good job there. Meta was in there, also in on that play for the Salina Liberty. He's been playing well on special teams in his first game with the Liberty. Ja'Cory Sullivan.
That was kind of like one of those plays you'd see on social media where a guy just keeps getting hit and doesn't go down.
You see Meta coming off the field there. I don't know that he's a guy you want hitting you on special teams. Meta Fa'aualu is 6 foot, 285 pounds, but he moves like a sports car. It is unreal. Played a lot of linebacker last week against the Storm in Dodge City. Closing seconds here of the third quarter. And they have gone now back to Rodney Raines at quarterback. Raines takes the snap. Wants to come to the right-hand side. It's deflected, and that ball ends up in the middle of the field. Raines gets hit and put down on the turf again. It has not been a fun night for these Washington quarterbacks.
Not at all. And that's going to do it for the third quarter.
Time running out. That will be the end of the third. When we come back, fourth quarter action as the Liberty dominating the Wolfpack here so far, 35-7. Back with the fourth and final quarter after this. Liberty football is brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
It takes hard work, passion, and drive. It takes retraining your mind and your body. But once you do, you can't be stopped. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, here to get you back in the game.
Welcome back, Tony's Pizza Event Center. Fourth and final quarter, all teed up and ready to get knocked down the fairway. Brian Berner, Devin Haney here, 35-7. Salina with the lead. See if they can put this one away and get back on the winning side of things. We mentioned these two teams coming in very different results in their last games. It's been 2 weeks since the Wolfpack played, but it was a dominating victory against a Rapid City team that was falling to shambles. Salina went out to Dodge City on Sunday and lost by 3 points to the Storm. Salina trying to stay in that upper echelon of the AFL, along with teams like Albany, Billings, West Texas. Here's Raines back to throw. Now he's running, trying to get away. Travis Taylor takes him down at the 15. There's a flag on the play. We will check the flag. Spirited conversation between Raines and head coach J.R. Wells. So the illegal formation by the Wolfpack was declined. Still a loss of a yard by the Wolfpack. It'll bring up third down and 11. As this Liberty defense gets ready to chase quarterbacks once again. Henry Kellogg, keep an eye on him. Number 33 on the right end. He is just now going down into a stance. Travis Taylor directly behind this defensive line in a track stance. Raines takes the snap, drops back, has a clean pocket. Now he lets it go over the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught just short of the 25-yard line at the 24. Going down to take it up off the turf was Deshaun Williams. That'll improve things here for the Wolfpack, as it now will be a shorter distance at fourth down. 4th and 4 coming up for Washington.
Kellogg was double teamed, it looked like, as he was trying to make it over. The offensive line kind of shifted over to help out Jake Oliphant. Oliphant was one of the guys that helped double him up.
4th and 4. Raines back to throw, has some time again, gets a completion, and it's going to be a first down for Washington. Boy, what a great job that time by Deshaun Williams. He caught that ball, Brian, about 1.5 yards short as he squared up, but just put his head down. He was determined to fight off the Liberty players and get that first down and keep this drive alive for the Wolfpack.
No lack of effort. He knew where he needed to be. Route brought him up a couple yards short, probably 1.5 yards, but after he did make that reception, like you said, he was able to spin, just put his head down. Surpassed the line to gain with the forward progress before 3 Liberty players came in to try to knock him backwards.
New set of downs for Washington as they move it into Salina territory at the 22-yard line. It's first down and 10. Here's Raines, back to throw. He's going to be hit and he's going to be dropped. It's another sack for the Liberty. It's their first sack of the second half. It is their 9th sack of the game. And coming in for the Liberty that time, crashing the party, was Joshua Frazier.
So add another name to the list of quarterback sacks.
Loss of 4 on the play there.
Got to be approaching double team or double digits.
That was number 9. They just haven't been on defense a lot here in this second half. They've had the ball pretty much the whole third quarter. Second down and 14. A man in motion goes to the right-hand side. Raines with it. Looked like he might have bobbled the snap coming out. He's going to take off and run. He's going to get back almost to the original line of scrimmage and gain 3 yards. In there on the play for the Liberty that time was Roderick Jarrett. And I've been calling his name a lot the last 2 weeks. But Raines gets back 3 yards, makes it 3rd and 10. Ball back to the original line of scrimmage at the 22-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. They still have fullback Baxter Patrick in there. That will make it 3 receivers on the left-hand side. Raines dropping back. Hit, spun, dropped. It started out that time with Joshua Frazier. He hit Raines. Raines spun around, thought he would find daylight, but all he found was the smiling face of Travis Taylor, who came in and finished that one off. Taylor's been sensational the last 2 weeks.
So 4th and almost half the field.
Coach O'Neill, he will never show it. His emotions are really even keeled and just kind of a straight line, but you got to know he's got to be just smiling inside for what his defense has been able to accomplish so far in this game. 4th down and 16. Williams in motion. Here's Raines back to throw. He's stumbling again, looking for somewhere to go, and he's going to be swallowed up and sacked again. This one's going to belong to Justin Foster as he joins the sack party. And another turnover on downs as the Liberty take over. Wow. 3 sacks on 3 consecutive plays.
He was sacked earlier on also where he didn't quite make the line. So would that have been, I don't know if we got that other one. But I think they may have one more than what we've got him for that possession. There may have actually been 4 sacks.
Good point. I'm sure Dave will have us lined out on stats after the game. First down for the Liberty. They have a short field here at the 20. Snap back. Benson has Demarius Washington, and Demarius Washington has a touchdown. His first one of the game. 1 play drive. Demarius Washington scores with 9:58 left to go.
And you know his TD celebrations have just been building up these last few quarters. As it's probably been about 9 quarters that he's been without a touchdown. So back in the scoring column for D-Wash.
Cody Mandel on. Benson with the hold. And Kelvin McCoy, the center. Back to Benson. Mandel's kick is up, and he remains perfect. A media timeout with 9:09 left to go. It's the Liberty dominating the Wolfpack here, 42-7. Salina Liberty football, brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Kansas Wesleyan University's nursing program enables passionate students to become in-demand healthcare professionals. Our $5 million Nursing Education Center features simulation rooms and state-of-the-art equipment that our faculty use to develop students' skills. With several clinical opportunities in our community, Kansas Wesleyan University is the clear choice to start your nursing career. Learn more today at kwu.edu.
For over 30 years, Ryan Roofing has been the area's leader in commercial roofing installation. Over 10 million square feet of Durolast roofing. Now, Ryan Roofing is expanding their expertise to the residential properties to better serve you and your home. Shingles, windows, siding, and gutters. Call Ryan Roofing in Salina today for a free roof assessment and get the expert advice you need. Ryan Roofing, serving commercial businesses in the area for over 30 years and now working for you on your residential property.
(42-7), a dominating performance by this Liberty defense. Brian, you were right. 12 quarterback sacks by this Liberty defense.
Thank you so much to Ryan Roofing for the sponsorship.
Our partner in crime, Russ, was the one that kind of tipped us off on that. So
it's a dozen.
It's just crazy how much they've been in that backfield tonight. Now, I'm gonna say this: it may be a 42-7 score, but I've not seen Washington give up. I mean, they continue to go out. They're continuing to try to make plays. And that ball has fallen off the tee once again.
That's incredible, isn't it?
So
he might be buying dinner for his special teams guys after this after this game.
Well, I don't think that's the tee that Cody's used to using. Definitely we'll have some discussion after the game to find out.
Lets this one uncork. Back to the back of the end zone here. It's going to be brought out. J.R. Nelson has it. He'll be tripped up. And that's another spectacular play on special teams by Ja'Cory Sullivan. He has made an impact in his first game with the Liberty here today.
Yeah, it's almost like Ja'Cory Sullivan was down on the ground with a Washington player and was just able to kind of put an arm up for the tackle.
So, see who takes the field here for the Liberty defense once again. As now it's almost a privilege to be called on for defense. Yeah. For offense, it hasn't been a privilege to be called on to play quarterback, as they have been sacked a lot. Jacob Tiasi back out there as he will take the snaps from center. 8:49 to go, 42-7. Salina leading. Three receivers on the right-hand side. Tiasi lets one go over the middle, and it's going to be caught, and then Meta's there to really pound down Max Novak. Novak's going to hang on to it and get a gain of 9. Meta Fa'alau, he is, he brings it when he hits people, and like I said, he moves as fast as what he is big, and he's in there now. Put a big hit on Max Novak there. He's playing a linebacker spot with Travis Taylor playing a right end spot opposite of Henry Kellogg on the left end. There in the middle is Pika Leota. Novak goes in motion. He's in the slot. Tiasi wants to go to Novak, and it's going to be knocked away right at the last moment by Freddie McGee. McGee already has 2 interceptions in this game, and he came in. It looked like Novak was going to be wide open there, Brian, but there was McGee closing in and slamming down the door.
Freddie was just probably about a step and a half away from being able to get in front of Novak and come away with what would have been, I think, his second interception of the night. He had one earlier. Third.
42-7. It's 3rd down and 12. Here's Teasi. Has to run away from pressure. Gets it complete to the right-hand side. This will be Novak again. Novak caught at the 20, then spun off a couple of defenders. Is able to add 3 more yards as he advances it to the 17-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Wolfpack, as they will have it now 1st down and 10 at the 17-yard line in Salina territory as we push towards the 7-minute mark.
Wonder how much conversation Novak had with his teammates as far as what it's going to be like coming into Salina and playing on that side of the field where you've got all those rowdy fans over in that party pit area. Always a difficult part of the field.
Teasi running, and he's going to be swallowed up by Henry Kellogg. Boy, poor Jacob that time was trying to get to some space, ran right into the chest of one of his offensive linemen who was trying to help out, and Henry Kellogg was there just to end things quickly as he turned around and went back into the middle of the field. That is quarterback sack number 13 for Salina. And Henry Kellogg has gotten most of those, he and Travis Taylor.
Yeah, he ran into Dominic Moore, and Dominic is probably the largest player on this
He's a big human
team.
Yep.
So just kind of like wrong place, wrong time, which led to that tackle for Salina.
42-7 if you're just joining us. Washington started out after a scoreless first quarter. They scored in the first couple of minutes of the second quarter in a 7-0 lead. And then it was just kind of like Coach Ron O'Neal turned the wick up on his defense and just told him to get after the quarterback here. Washington's quarterbacks have been under center the entire game. And boy, there just hasn't been a lot of time for them to function in this offense. They have come up, made some big plays, but again, 13 quarterback sacks. Also 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery by this Liberty defense. 2nd down and 16. Here comes Kellogg again. Got tripped up that time, and they throw a lollipop down the left-hand wall. Intended for Deshaun Williams. That is going to be incomplete.
And you look at the remaining schedule here. So a game like today, Salina, if they can continue to build on this momentum, you go to Wichita next week, which rivalry game. Wichita always seems to play Salina tight, but then you come back, West Texas comes to town, and then Billings comes to town.
Yeah, including tonight, 3 of your last 4 at home. Salina kind of had to pay the piper early on. They went to Nashville. They went to Billings.
Back-to-back.
Back-to-back. Short weeks. There's a pass complete down the near side wall. That is going to be Novak again, as he is getting involved heavily here in the passing game now. He'll advance it all the way to the 12-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and about 4.
So we're going to have an injury timeout. And that appears to be Dominic Moore.
Yeah, it is. Marius Washington in on defense right now for Salina. Dontre Matthews not out there. It's like maybe some discussions on the Salina Liberty bench.
Yeah, that's one of the things earlier on too, with when this league started out with that Iron Man concept, where you would see a year ago, I would not have thought of seeing Demarius Washington in the defensive backfield, or Ed Smith, or Tracy had been there some, but it really brought out in a lot of these players their versatility. And I think some of them found, you know what, that's not too bad. I kind of enjoy this. And so they don't hesitate to jump the board to get out there when needed.
Well, I think that first game that we saw Demarius Washington play a lot in the middle of the Liberty defense against
the game.
Southwest Kansas. I mean, I was impressed. Like, he was hitting, he was tackling hard. I mean, he was just really, you look at his frame and you just kind of think, wow, he's not going to be that durable. He's going to, have some problems. He did not. He did not have any of those problems. And he's just kind of, again, evolved into one of those guys that Ron O'Neal can plug and play, so to speak. Dontre Matthews is one of those guys. We see him primarily on defense, but then come around last year, playoff time, he's out there on offense, running slots and things like that, and just laying blocks on rushing plays that were very impressive. So, yeah, these guys that Coach O has, Alecki Top, I know we have talked on Coach's Show a couple times. He is super impressed about the way Tapa plays defense. He has primarily been an offensive lineman, but he plays a lot of defense, and Coach O has been very impressed with him. So, yeah, last week was tough. You lost your starting quarterback. You lost the key of your defense and Kerry Starks at linebacker early on in that game. Now you got to look around and go, okay, who's stepping up? And I think we're seeing that tonight. This play never really gets out of the gun here on 4th down, as a penalty might give Washington an automatic 1st down here on 5 yards. It won't be automatic, but it will, as they get 5 yards on a 4th and 4. Well, they're going to call procedure as I talk right over the official.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see potentially Kellogg getting over there early, but apparently we had movement on the line.
So that'll drive Washington back. Now their 4th and 4 will turn into a 4th and 9. 5:18 left to go here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Teossi sends his receiver in motion. Now drops back. Here comes Kellogg. Teossi shakes him off, goes to the end zone, and that ball falls about 4 yards short of anybody that had a chance to catch it. And that'll be another turnover on downs here for the Washington offense. 4:54 remaining.
So Salina will get the ball back. Jamario Benson, along with D. Washington, over talking things over with Coach O'Neill.
Probably tell him he needs another touchdown, right?
Yeah. D-Wash has never been one not to tell you what he'd like to see take place.
1st down for the Liberty. They take over here at their own 17-yard line. It's still Tapa, McCoy, Trigg. They have held down that offensive line all of the night. Tracy Brooks, they snap the ball with 1 second left on the play clock. Here's a quick out to the left-hand side. It goes to Demarius Washington. He drags a Washington defender all the way down to the 17-yard line. As D-Wash that time on a quick little out route for 10 yards, made it into 17. 4:10 left.
It looked like we were going to potentially have a little bit of a mismatch over there with D-Wash on that left side. I thought they might try to kind of audible and have him go deep towards the end zone.
First down and 10 from the 17-yard line. They went from 117 to the other 17 on that play. Gain of 16 yards. Here's Benson, back to throw. Looking, now he's going to be swallowed up. Gets rid of it though late to Tracy Brooks. He buried Tracy though way back in the backfield. Tracy's going to lose about 6 yards on this play, as Benson just found a friend when he needed one. It was Tracy Brooks, but those two were way back in the offensive backfield. Nice job there by the Washington defense on pursuit.
Yeah, it looked like Tracy wanted to make a quick move, but kind of ran into Alike Tapa and kind of forced Tracy to cut back in. You can say it's a big loss, but anytime you still have 2nd down, you still have an opportunity with this quick strike offense.
3 minutes left to play. 2nd down and 16. Early movement up front.
Yep, movement's going to be on Bruce Trigg. Took that quick drop step.
So 2nd and long gets 2nd and longer. Second about 21 now. So Liberty have taken steps back to their own 21-yard line. Clock continues to run though. Otis Odom running around. Benson wants to throw. Goes deep. Has Odom. It's going to be picked off. Nice interception there, and it's going to be returned. Here comes Washington back the other way. The Wolfpack looking for more as they get across midfield, and that interception brought all the way back by Armand Childs. He had that up in the air, fell hard at the goal line, but quickly got up and returned it all the way back to the Salina 15-yard line. So Childs, his first interception of the night, and that's the 2nd one thrown by Jamario Benson here in this game. That'll leave 2:20 left to play.
So Salina will challenge as to if this was a completed interception. That will send the officials to the monitor.
Kind of a challenge that really doesn't mean a whole lot at this point.
It doesn't. More of a stat book. The question is going to be if we have a good enough angle to overturn. Again, the crew has done a great job tonight.
Get another look at it here. Again, just the effort on the interception was really good. See Childs go up there, fall on his backside.
So I guess, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I guess the question is not necessarily was it an interception potentially. It's the placement of the ball.
Yeah, the interception stood. They said that. Ron O'Neill is saying he was down by contact back inside the 5, which, I mean, it's half the field on the return. So we will see what the officials determine. As Salina looking to get this one over with and celebrate their 4th win of the season. This one, if the result continues, which it most likely will go to the 4-2 record.
Yeah, I think you can look at a couple things on there. If he was down by contact, could it be that he was down in the end zone? Or was he down at the 2-yard line? So they do say that they will have contact at the 2-yard line.
So that's going to save Salina about 26 yards and also put Washington in a really bad spot here where they have to get out of that goal line area where they're going to be starting out here at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, quarterback needs to get that ball out quick, which they have, but what are we at? Turner?
Baker's dozen, 13 sacks.
13, so potentially Salina. Yeah, do you just sell everything out and just go straight after him?
1st and 10 from their own 2. Teasi back to pass. Goes on the screen play out to the right-hand side, and a nice play there for Washington, getting that ball out to Vincent Wilkerson. Wilkerson was able to negotiate his traffic over on the right-hand wall and bring it out to the 15-yard line. Gain of 13 on that play by Wilkerson.
Yeah, that was a great play call by J.R. Wells, the head coach. Quarterback got it quickly. I mean quickly. Looked after that screen. Blocking was set up.
1st and 10 from the 15 now. We work our way towards the 60-second warning. We'll have a stoppage in play. Teasi back to pass. Has to go to Novak, and Novak right in front of the defensive back that time. Eric McIntosh catches it for a gain of 9. 1:23 left to play. Again, the 60-second warning, equivalent to what you have for the 2-minute warning in NFL play. We'll take a break and stop it down and have an on-the-field timeout. Washington trying to get a playoff before that. They have 6 seconds to do so. Not sure if Teasi is even aware of that, and he is not. As we have a stoppage here, 60 seconds left to go. And that brings us to our last break. 42-7, Liberty trying to close it out. Washington has the football, trying to score once more. Liberty football brought to you by Salina Medical Aesthetics.
Kansas Wesleyan is an exciting university and a vibrant community.
It offers unique, nationally ranked academic programs, engaging activities, and successful athletic teams.
KWU combines all of these strengths to open doors for your future.
Learn more today at kwu.edu.
There's a career for people on a mission. There's something for people who want more than a job, for those who have purpose, for those who want to meet challenges head on. A career for those who want to serve others and protect the innocent. For those who have high standards and want to be held accountable. This uniform, this badge is earned. Visit khbjobs.org to learn more.
1 minute left to play, 42-7 our score. Washington trying to get some more points on the board here, trying to add to their 7-point total and close this one out. They have a 2nd down and 1. Teossi back to pass. He's chased, hit as he throws, and it's going to be a completion at the 14-yard line. A couple of Liberty players converge. It's Max Novak again. Boy, he's had a really good second half. It almost makes you wonder, why was he not targeted in the first half? And it's not just this game. We know the history, recent history of Max Novak. He is a very good receiver, maybe one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know how well he plays against everybody besides Salina. Because he always has games against us.
1st down and 10 now at the 14-yard line. Clock down to 42 seconds. Teossi looking to the end zone. It's going to be tipped, I believe, at the line of scrimmage. And then also, it still ends up with the receiver in the end zone who had a shot at it, but just couldn't bring it in. It would have been a fabulous catch if they could have completed that play, but they cannot, and that will stop the clock with 37.5 seconds left. 2nd down and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, Vincent Wilkerson was the receiver that was kind of surprised that that ball was right there after it was tipped. Would have been, as you said, a spectacular catch.
Remember, this drive started back at Washington's own 2-yard line. 2nd down and 10 from the Salina 13-yard line. Teossi back. Kellogg is there. Kellogg being held, and this ball's going to be broken up in the end zone. Freddie McGee in the area once again. Also Eric McIntosh there. Looked like Kellogg was getting mugged that time as he came around the edge. 3rd down coming up, 32 seconds remaining.
What have I feeling Novak's going to be at the other end of this one?
Because he's in motion in the slot. There's a little flag route out to the right-hand side again. They're going to Wilkerson. He's the one that kind of got him in this spot, or helped to get him in this spot. He's going to drag Liberty defenders all the way down to the 1-yard line. And they will take a timeout.
Yeah, the clock would have continued to run. So Coach Wells decides to take his 2nd timeout. They were the first to put points on the board. Then it was all Salina. So in the final 24 seconds, can the Wolfpack have something to take away from their trip? Now, they'll make their way back to Seattle tomorrow. In a couple weeks,
couple different waves
and
too.
A couple different waves, yeah. And in a couple weeks, they're going to be coming back to Wichita to play.
Teossi under center, drops the football. It's now kicked. Teossi on all fours trying to crawl away and get it. Meta Falau has it, and he is going to have the recovery. 2nd fumble recovery of the night by the Liberty, as it's Meta that takes this one away. Meta Falau on the fumble recovery with 19.2 seconds left.
All Salina will have to do right now is simply take a knee. They do not have to get forward progress because of the score differential. So 1 snap, 1 knee, and this game will be all over. Again, as was mentioned, the Wolfpack started out, it was scoreless through the first, but then Washington was able to get on the board first. Got the touchdown and the extra point, but after that, it's been all Salina, and a lot due to the play of their defense.
Yeah, 13 quarterback sacks, 2 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. Just an outstanding performance by this Liberty team. And now Jamario Benson will take a knee, and that will do it. 42-7 will be our final score. The Salina Liberty get back on the winning side of things as they once again defend their home field They have not lost at Tony's Pizza Event Center this season, and that'll bode well because they have 3 games remaining on the regular season. They go to Wichita to play the Regulators next week, but then they will be back here for big games against West Texas and also Billings. So that is where the last few games shake out for the Salina Liberty. But after dropping the game on the road in Dodge City on Sunday, they needed to get this one here tonight, Brian, and they played well.
Oh, they came out refocused, ready to roll. Outstanding job by every aspect. All 3. Offense did what they needed to do. Defense definitely did what they needed to do. And special teams did a great job. Cody Mendel, was he 5 for 5?
6 for 6.
6 for 6.
6 for 6.
You cannot do any better than that. And he did a good job with his kickoffs. So all in all, I think it was a good rebound from last week. And I think that will make for a very nice Coach O show on Tuesday night.
You can join us for the Coach Ron O'Neill Show in person if you're local, or tune in online, salinapost.com. You can watch the stream there on YouTube, on the Salina Post YouTube page. We will start it at 6 o'clock Central Time, and it runs for a full hour. We'll have Coach O, maybe another coach, somebody from the ownership group, maybe a player who sees what we'll dig up on Tuesdays. We have a Coach O Show. It originates from AJ's in the Alley, downtown Salina. You can come join us for that or watch online. It's a victory for the Salina Liberty. Now the Liberty moved to 4-2 on the season after a 42-7 victory over the Washington Wolfpack. I want to thank our friends from Washington and wish them a safe trip home as they will make the trek back, as you said, Brian, in 2 waves tomorrow. They'll have a flight that leaves early in the morning, then another flight that leaves later in the day from the airport here in Salina to go back to the West Coast, and we wish them all the best in traveling and the rest of the season. Tonight, though, it's the Liberty owning their home field 42-7 over the Wolfpack. We will have the game for you next Saturday night in Wichita. It's a 6 o'clock start against the Regulators as the Liberty visit Hartman Arena. That game will be on KINA Radio. It's 910 AM, 107.5 FM, or 910KINA.com. For a great video crew, my friend Brian Berner, my name is Devin Haney, saying thank you for joining us in the Salina Pain Clinic broadcast booth for another Liberty victory, 42-7 over the Washington Wolves.